Hi, I'm Devora with Equator Coffees, and we are going to brew a Moka Pot. Moka Pot, sometimes called stovetop espresso, uses pressurized water and a very strong coffee to water ratio to make an espresso-like beverage at home. Your Moka Pot has 3 chambers. The bottom is where your water gets heated and lightly pressurized to travel up the shaft of your brew basket into the top chamber where your coffee is collected. To brew a Moka Pot, you need your Moka Pot, finely ground coffee. Now this coffee clumps a little when I pinch it together, so it's pretty darn fine. It's not as fine as you would use for an espresso machine with a pump, but we are definitely finer than pour over. I need a hot pad and a heat source. At home, this will just be your stove. Now to brew Moka Pot, one thing I think you can do to ensure you always get a good cup is start with hot water. This is a place a lot of people can improve their brewing. So I'm starting with filtered water in the bottom chamber. I'm filling to just below the bottom of this release valve here. There's even a line in this Moka Pot that tells me when to stop. Now before I fill my brew basket with coffee and drop it in there, I want to let my water heat up. So I'm turning on the stove and I'll let that heat while I'm packing my coffee. Rather than weigh my coffee ahead of time, I'm just filling up this basket. If we back into the ratio, it's about a 10-to-1 brew ratio. You kind of size up and down a basket size and water chamber size with the various Moka Pots. The important thing is that this chamber is filled. I tap it a little to even it out. I'm not packing it in or being super intense like an espresso machine where I'm packing it down. Just tap it in. Make sure it's full though, because you want this puck of coffee to help you slow down the water that's traveling up the shaft and through the basket. Now I wait for my water to heat. I'm just looking for some movement down here, not necessarily a rolling boil. What I want is to see the water moving, maybe some small bubbles on the side. When it looks like my water's hot, I carefully take my bottom chamber off of the stove and pretty quickly drop in my brew basket. Attach the top. Make sure you screw it on tightly. We're dealing with pressurized water here. Then replace on the stove. Because I let the water get hot in the bottom first, the brew time is actually going to be pretty quick. That water is heating, light pressure is forming, and the water is getting pushed up the shaft of the brew basket, saturating the coffee, and then it'll be pushed up the continuation of the shaft here in the middle of the top chamber. We'll hear it happen. There we go. You'll see there's even a little crema when it first comes out because of the pressure forcing the water through those beans. I don't need my heat on all the way. Turn it down a little while it's brewing. Once I hear a kind of sputtery noise, I'm taking it off the brewer right away because I want to make sure I remove it once all that water has been pushed up. Take it off, turn off my burner, let it cool a second, finish sputtering before I open the top or you'll get splashed with hot coffee. Now my stovetop espresso is ready to drink. This beverage is really hot and quite concentrated. I like to drink it as is. I'm an espresso drinker. If you prefer an Americano-like drink, just add some hot water. Or you can add warm milk for something like a latte at home. Looks good enough to share. Cheers. Cheers.